you guys, and welcome back to the Love Letters from Lincoln podcast. Welcome back. The tornado took us out last week, so that's why there was no episode last week. I'm sort of raw dogging this episode today, and what I mean by that is I wrote absolutely no notes. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Some things are gonna be changing with the podcast moving forward, so today's episode is gonna be a little bit different. It's probably gonna be shorter. It's going to be a quick life update as well as some changes moving forward. I kind of wanted to come on and just talk to you guys about how I've been feeling with the podcast lately. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've sort of lacked some motivation when it's come to the podcast recently. I've done my best to keep it alive, but as someone who loves to create, we get burnt out, we get tired of our art for extensive periods of time, and when someone is not excited about something, they're not going to want to do it, And I've been talking and chatting with some friends about it. I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I just haven't been excited to record the podcast recently. And it makes me sad. I'm sure it makes you sad, but I just don't want to. It's hard. It's getting hard, and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys because I don't want to sugarcoat anything. There's no point in that. Let's be real here. We've been so open with each other. There are... Where was I even going with that? It's gotten to the point where every week, whenever it's time to record, I'm dreading it. And it shouldn't have to be that way. And then when I then force myself to record, it's not fun for any of us. You know what I mean? Because I'm not putting out my best work. And when I'm not excited about it, you're not going to be excited about it. When I'm not posting about it and getting us hype about next week's episode, you're not going to be excited about next week's episode. You're not even going to know that there is an episode. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm not able to put my all into the podcast right now, and I'm not going away. I want to tell you, I'm not planning on going away forever because this is something that I don't want to completely shut off right now. I think I just want to explore different lanes of the social media world and content creation. And so here's what I've kind of landed on. As you guys know, I love social media. I love posting. I love creating content. You couldn't pay me to get off the internet. I love the internet, okay? I will never not make my presence known on the internet and on social media, okay? And I still want to use this platform for good. And I still want to use my other platforms for good. I just think I want to experiment with other platforms right now. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to start posting on YouTube more frequently. On my personal YouTube channel, it's just Lakin Olmstead. There's a couple week in my life vlogs up right now on that channel from last year. I would love to get more into just lifestyle content on YouTube. Get ready with me's, what's in my bag, shopping vlogs, week in my life, concert vlogs, just vlogs about my summer trips that I have coming up. I'm meeting Juliana and Sydney this summer. I'd love to film with them and record that little adventure that we're going on together. Just record more of my lifestyle stuff because that's what I love and that's what I've always loved. I've never liked to keep my content to just one thing. If you follow me on Instagram, you see that I post about a wide variety of things: pop culture, books, friends, trips, personal life, mental health. It's a variety over there. And we do the same thing on here, but when you have a podcast by yourself and you're the host and, you don't really have guests on that much, it can get repetitive. It gets hard to talk about something new every week. So I think we're going to resort for now to a podcast a month. And this podcast a month, it'll be longer. It'll be more that I have to talk about because it'll be basically a monthly recap. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to be posting on YouTube pretty frequently. probably 2 to 3 times a month. So that way, I'm getting to explore other mediums of content creation. You can go subscribe to me on YouTube. I just love the idea of creating. I've always loved creating videos, and the podcast is fun, but it's stationary. You know, like I'm sitting in this one spot the whole time. If you do watch on YouTube, whatever, even if you listen, like we're in the same setting. And I want to experiment with more like lifestyle vlogs, with book videos, like let's go book shopping together. You know what I mean? And it won't be all bookish based content, but more just like the life of Lakin Olmsted for whoever cares. And what's funny is, okay, so recently I had someone tell me that this person who used to be in my life said to my friend, they were like, what is Lakin up to now? Like, why does she act like she's famous? Like, why does she post like she's famous? And my friend was like, because she is. And I was like, that's awesome, first of all, that she said that. That's so funny, because by no means do I consider myself famous. But it's just like, why does that person care who used to be in my life? It's giving jealous. Just like unfollow me. Now, how does this relate to what we're talking about? Just the fact that, like, yeah, I post like I'm famous. I post like I have a following, because you have to be a little bit delusional to be a content creator and to put your art out into the world and to share about your life in a way that you want people to watch. And so I kind of want to expand on the brand of Love Letters from Lakin, not just as a podcast, but I want that to be just me. I want that to be Lakin Olmsted lifestyle content. I want to experiment with YouTube. I want to start posting more short form content like Reels and TikTok, and just doing more than just the podcast. I know that sounds like Lakin, that sounds like you're taking on more than what you're doing right now, but really I feel like I'm gonna love this so much more, because I'm a person who, if I am stuck doing the same thing all the time, I get really bored, I get really burnt out. I need to switch things up right now. That's just what's best for me. So, if you guys listen and you care about my life, and if you like watching what I do, then go subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow my Instagram. Like, let's get connected. I want to hopefully have 2 to 3 YouTube videos up a month, and it'll be a mix of like lifestyle vlogs. We're definitely going to do like some book tags and like monthly reading wrap-ups, stuff like that. And then if you choose not to follow me on other platforms, I will also be doing those monthly recaps on the podcast every month. So we're going to stick to one podcast a month for now. And it'll just be like a full in-depth what I did this month, what I was up to this month. And yeah, I think that is just what's best for me right now. It makes the most sense for me, and I'm really excited for it. And I'm really excited to get more into YouTube, start posting more TikToks, just because I love showing you my life. You guys are just listening to it right now, but I've always loved creating videos and creating content like that's aesthetically pleasing. And on those platforms, I feel like I don't have to always be talking, especially on Instagram and YouTube. Like the YouTube videos, I won't always have to be talking. Like I can always do like the music in the background, like, you know, while I'm showing you a montage of me like shopping. You get the point. But I don't know, guys. I think that's the vibe right now. I've been thinking about this a lot, and it shouldn't get to a point where I'm dreading recording every week, and I don't want it to be like that. So this is the best solution I could come up with right now, to where I'm putting out my best work that you guys are actually excited about and that you guys are actually like wanting to listen to, and I'm feeling a little bit lighter and not like I have to go through and say the same things every week. Does that make sense? So hopefully you guys aren't too disappointed in me. I'm still going to be plastered all over your social media because I love to post and I love to yap and I love creating content. So don't worry, I'm literally not going anywhere. we're just moving to so many different platforms. So stay with me. Monthly episodes, monthly YouTube videos. Honestly, follow me on Instagram if you don't already. That's where I post the most. I love Instagram. I freaking love Instagram. But moving on from that, this past week was kind of crazy. I feel like I've had a really emotional week. I'm on my period, so that's definitely it. But just kind of mixed with praying a lot about what to do with my podcast, just asking God to reveal to me some solutions and how I'm supposed to move forward. And this is something that I've meditated on for a really long time. Even because you guys know I took that break, and the problem was like it felt really good to have that break. I felt very stress-free. I felt like I was able to focus on my mental and physical for a long time. You guys know I've been on my health and wellness grind, and which I still have been sticking with. It's fallen off a little bit. I've had some ebbs and flows of that where I'm like, okay, I'm getting kind of bored of this. I'm getting tired of, doing the same workout every day. But I've been able to take a few days off, come back to it, switch it up. Going through it, I just feel like I went through a season of burnout all around. But we're getting back on track. I've started journaling every day again, just to make sure I'm getting those thoughts out onto a page, setting my intentions for the day, whatnot. We're still running every day as best as we can. I typically take like a day or two off of running, but yeah, I went to visit my sister in Norman, Oklahoma, because she goes to University of Oklahoma. Did I talk about that? No, because we didn't do the pod last week. So went to go visit her in Oklahoma a couple weeks ago. That was so much fun. We had the best time. Ate the best pancakes of my life at this breakfast restaurant called, I think it's called like Neighborhood Jam. Go there if you're in Oklahoma. Tried swig for the first time. It was incredible. I got a Texas tab with add lime. And a Texas tab is Dr. Pepper, I think vanilla, and then coconut cream. And then I added lime. Incredible. Went twice that weekend. And then this last weekend, we had Hallie's Bachelorette, which you guys have heard me talk about for months now. Guys, it was so much fun. We had surprises for her. She had surprises for us. Bless her. She is one of the most beautiful friends I have inside and out. And I'm just so thankful to have her as a supporter and a friend. And I'm so honored that I get to stand next to her on her huge day. And we just had the best time. We lived in the hot tub at our Airbnb. It was so much fun to just get away and be with the girls. And honestly, we didn't even go out and like do much. Like, we stayed in a lot of the time, but it was exactly what we needed. It was perfect. We did a tea party at the house. We made dinner together. We went out for breakfast. We did lots of shopping. It was just a fun, girly time and exactly what all of us needed, a little getaway. So, had so much fun with that. Hallie, thank you for just being the best. And it's crazy because I feel like on bachelorette trips or with bridesmaids, sometimes there can be issues. Sometimes you're going to want to kill each other by the end of the weekend. But we all got along so well. We had the best weekend. And I feel like we never really got tired of each other. So thank you, girls, for just the best getaway weekend ever. Hallie, we love you so much. Oh, it was so fun. But yeah, that was my last couple weeks. Yeah, I think I was in a little bit of a mental rut last week just because I was on my period and PMSing, and that doesn't take away from my emotions or anything, and I'm not trying to disregard them. However, it definitely was like a leading cause of why I was so emotional last week. I was just like randomly crying and breaking down so many times last week, and then I got sick right before her bachelorette trip, which was freaking me out. I was like, of course this happens right before. But luckily, I woke up Friday morning and I felt so good and ready to go. So thank you, Jesus, for that one. But yeah, you guys, I kind of just wanted to do like a last little episode today of updating you on life and what's been going on the past couple weeks and where my head's at and how we're moving forward. My boyfriend and I celebrated our 1 month last week, which is crazy. We ordered takeout in and then just watched our show together, and it was lovely, and I just adore him and can't believe it's already been a month. But yeah, let's do like a quick little weekly recap report. It's a weekly report, kind of off the top of my head because I didn't write any notes today. Reading, I have honestly not been reading at all, but I did download Magnolia Parks Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings on Audible so I could listen to it on my Oklahoma trips. And I finally made it about halfway through that. I actually have it right here in front of me. This is a thick book. I'm on chapter 44 now, so let's see how far that is, like, physically. This book is so sad. If you know anything about the Magnolia Parks universe, this book is probably one of the most emotional, I would say. Okay, we are about halfway. Oh, we are! We're literally halfway. Okay, good job, Lakin. I'm about 349 pages in. So, finally, like, I'm trying to get back into reading. There's so many books I want to read, and there's been so many new releases this year, but I've just had so much going on that I haven't wanted to, like, pick up a book recently. Well, like, I've wanted to, I just haven't had the time, truthfully, you guys. If you guys remember, I was watching my nephews every day for, like, 5 months, and I had my last day last week, so I now have a little bit more free time during my days to do I'm back on my morning walk grind. Lately, I'm gonna wait for obsessing to talk about that. But yeah, reading Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. And then my May hopefuls, which I just posted about today on Instagram. So this is like my TBR for May. Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. Fearless by Lauren Roberts. Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. And then this is a must, Taming Seven by Chloe Walsh, because the Boys of Tommen series, if you don't know what that is, Taming Seven is the most recent book in it. She's releasing another book from this series at the end of this month, at the end of May. So we have to read Taming Seven this month. Eating, isn't that what E is? Reading, eating, play. Okay, yeah. Eating. What am I eating? Oh, protein pancakes. I love a protein pancake for breakfast. Turkey sausage. I've been making these little protein boxes to take to work, and they consist of hummus, crackers, hard-boiled egg, protein bar, and baby bell cheese. And it's incredible. It keeps me full the whole time I'm at work. So that's been a hit in the house. I've also been eating, like, kind of a lot of junk just with the trips that I've been taking. But that's okay. I give myself grace on that because when you're out of town, it's kind of hard to eat healthy, you know? No biggie. Playing and watching. Playing Heyday. Oh my gosh, you guys. I've been on a Heyday grind. This is crazy. My friend Georgia got us all, like, my whole friend group hooked on Heyday recently. It's just like a farming game, but it's so addicting. And we all have, like, created this neighborhood together on Heyday where we can help each other out and help grow each other's farms. So I've been doing that. And then watching Teen Wolf still. And then Landon and I, my boyfriend, we did go watch Revenge of the Sith re-release in theaters, which it was incredible, by the way, but it was so funny because at the end of it, he was like, babe, that's your favorite Star Wars movie? And I was like, yeah. Wait, did I already talk about this? No, I didn't. I don't think. I told you guys I was going. I don't think I talked about afterwards. He was like, it's so sad. I'm like, I know, but it's just like, oh, it's such a well done movie, you know? If you know, you know. Playing, watching. What comes next? Obsessing over my mornings lately, honestly. I love mornings. If you know anything about me, I love mornings over evenings. They're just my favorite time of day. I've been getting home from work at about 8:30, making my smoothie, going on about a 2 to 3 mile walk, okay? While I'm listening to an audiobook or a podcast. So I've been listening to Magnolia Parks Into the Dark, or I'll listen to, like, the What We Said podcast or the Skinny Confidential podcast. Get back from my walk. Go on a run on the treadmill. Do my 10-minute core or strength workout, whatever it is for that day. Take a shower. Get ready for the day, or I'll take a nap. I'll make my second breakfast, which normally consists of eggs and toast, sometimes bacon. Sometimes I'll have a second coffee. Sometimes I'll have tea. I'll watch Teen Wolf a little bit, maybe read a little bit more, do my journaling for the morning, and then boom, go back to work in the afternoon. It's so nice again to have that free time in the middle of the day. So that's what I've been obsessing over. Oh, also, I did order a few more Sunny Angels. They finally restocked the Sweets series, the Animal One series, and then the Flower Gift series, which I don't have any of those. And they're super cute. They're just holding little flowers. So, got one of those, got a Sweets, and then I got an Animal One series. Toby's literally licking his butthole right now. I hope you guys can't see that. I really hope you guys can't see that. Okay. That's all for obsessing. And then, what's the second R? Recommending. Ooh, what should I recommend this week? Last time I recommended you guys the e.l.f. lip liners. Let's do... You know what? I just recommend a morning walk in the sun with your coffee or your smoothie. It's like medicine. I swear. I also recommend... listening to 2016 pop hits. Music from 2016 is so healing. Something about that era, something about, I don't know what was in the air. We were all so happy. So I recommend listening to that, specifically on your walks. Treating myself to, I finally got my hands on an Anthropologie juice glass, which if you don't know what those are, maybe it's a niche obsession, I don't know. Look them up. I got a cute one that has like black bows on it. I've always wanted one, but they're $16 and I'm like, there's no way I'm paying $16 for a glass. But there was an Anthropologie in Oklahoma where we went on the bachelorette trip and I found it there. I found it sitting there, and of course, you know, when you're in store shopping, you don't have to pay for shipping. So got that, snatched that up. I also got Lush Sticky Dates body wash the weekend before when I was with my sister. Been using that. I also recommend that. It smells divine. I've been having a really extensive like shower care routine recently, and it's helped me feel much more refreshed and relaxed. I take my routines very seriously, so I think that's another thing I'm recommending. Find a routine that you love and stick to it. Found myself a Frankie's Bikinis pink, Victoria's Secret pink collab. That was in the pink store that we were shopping at. And we go up to, me and Hallie both found one, okay? It's this cute cream bikini with red polka dots. The top is $35, the bottom is $35. That's already really good for a Frankie's Bikini. Go up to check out. The girl sells them to us for half the price. She sells us the bikini for just the price of the top. $37, I think, is what I paid with tax. And we walk out there, I'm like, that had to have been a mistake. They were not on sale. So God bless that girl who works at Victoria's Secret. We love you. Thank you so much. Can't wait to rock my Frankie's Bikini this summer. Yeah, guys. That is pretty much the report. Oh, I also got my mom a cutie little mug for Mother's Day, which is coming up this weekend. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little update. I know today's episode is a little bit shorter. Oh, one more thing. Let's talk about the Pepper Mayo scandal. Do you guys know what Pepper Mayo is? If you don't, it's an Australian-based brand, clothing brand. They have beautiful dresses, beautiful tops. I ordered my bridesmaid's dress from there in early May, okay? Early March. Early March. Keep that in mind. I ordered my bridesmaid's dress early March. It was a pre-order. However, it said it would be available to ship early April. Okay? Come early April, still hasn't shipped. No biggie. I go into the website. It says, okay, it's now going to ship out late April. No big deal. The wedding isn't till August. However, Hallie did want us to all bring our bridesmaids' dresses to the bachelorette trip so that we could all see the colors together and how they look together, blah, blah, blah. Come late April, still hasn't shipped. Interesting. I see that on the website it's changed to will now ship out early May. So I start looking up Pepper Mayo shipping, Pepper Mayo review on TikTok. When I tell you their Instagram and TikTok comments are flooded with, do not buy from Pepper Mayo. They haven't shipped my order. They didn't give me a refund. It's been months. I haven't gotten my order. They won't answer my emails. Their customer service sucks. I see all this. I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh, I wish I knew this before I ordered from them. So I start emailing, DMing, leaving comments. No response. They start getting like floods and floods of comments about nobody is getting their orders, and yet they're still posting like Coachella content and Stagecoach content and influencer PR packages. And I'm like, hello? You have real customers here waiting on their orders. People are missing their dresses and their outfits for special events. They finally get back to me and they're like, sorry, at this time we aren't able to provide tracking info for you. I'm like, oh my goodness. Finally, a day later, after I've DM'd them again, I get a message that says, your package has been shipped. Finally. Okay, so it says it's going to get there in time for the bachelorette trip. The day comes that I leave for the bachelorette trip. It doesn't arrive. It says it's coming the next day. Next day we have to leave for the batch trip. Still isn't there. Gets delayed for the next day. Then the next day. It finally comes while we're on the trip. And like, Hallie was understanding, of course. No big deal that I don't have it yet. It gets here. So I get home from the batch trip, immediately go to try it on. I wear a size 4 in the US. So I ordered an Australian size 8 because that's what the website said it would translate to. Australian size 8 is typically US size 4, okay? So I order it, whatever. Get the dress. It is the correct size. I checked the tag and everything. The dress is correct, thank goodness, because some people were getting completely wrong orders. I try on the dress. First of all, I'm a short girl, okay? And I know this. I know that most dresses will have to be hemmed on me because I'm 5'2". But when I tell you this dress is probably half a foot, maybe even a foot longer than I am. Okay, that's dramatic. It's got to be like maybe 6 inches longer than me. Like, it's for tall girls, clearly. I also can't zip the dress up around the waist. There's a zipper on the side, and that's where the zipper is. As I'm putting it on, I hear the seams rip. And I get it up my body, but it won't zip up. And my boobs just sit really low in it. So, long story short, we're searching for a new bridesmaid's dress for me. Pepper Mayo, you suck. Never ordering from you again. I honestly think their stuff is made for tall, skinny bitches, but that's okay that we're not. We celebrate all body types here. I just personally, not for me, and I'm not going to support a brand that doesn't ship out their orders, doesn't have good customer service, and isn't size inclusive. So, that's that, but we're staying positive over here. The dress fiasco is whatever. I'm going to see if they'll refund me, but there's also been some comments about that, them, like, people not getting their refunds. They also make you pay to ship it back to them, and then you get a refund. And then I'm pretty sure it's like, if you're in the US, you ship it to them, and then they like take money out of your refund for the shipping cost, which is wild to me, but whatever. Yeah, they did finally issue an apology on their Instagram, but it was kind of just BS. They were just like, well, in order to accommodate for all of you who didn't receive your order, we would like to offer free US shipping on any orders for 1 month. And I'm like, so you want us to pay you more money? And then we're just not going to get our orders still. So, kind of shitty on their part, but whatever. I don't know anything about running a huge brand. My theory is that maybe they're going bankrupt, but we're not going to speculate here. Yeah, so that's kind of all I have to say. Met Gala was last night. The theme was tailored to Black excellence, I think, or Black style, Black fashion. Let me look it up. It was a beautiful theme, and there were some really cool looks. One of the co-chairs was A$AP Rocky, which I loved his look. Loved Zendaya's look too. I know a lot of people said it was boring, but the tailoring on her suit was beautiful. Met Gala theme 2025. Super fine tailoring Black style. Yes. The theme is also the title of the Costume Institute's spring exhibit. Oh my gosh. Exhibit, which explores the influence of Black dandyism in Western fashion and the ways fashion has been used as a tool of both enslavement and liberation. yeah, so A$AP Rocky and Zendaya were a couple of my favorite looks. And then Laura, I think her name is Laura Harrier. She was in Spider-Man. She's been in some other movies and shows that I love. I love her so much, and she is, you guys need to look her up if you don't know who that is. She's the girl that I've always envisioned as Magnolia Parks in the Magnolia Parks series. And Cindy sent me a TikTok last night of a video of her at the Met Gala, and someone had posted their caption as Magnolia Parks. Like, that's literally Magnolia Parks. And I'm like, I know. Like, this is the girl that I have imagined. I'm probably gonna, you know what? I'm gonna insert a picture of her so that you guys can see if you're watching on YouTube, because she's just so Magnolia in my eyes. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. This will probably be the only episode that I'll post in the month of May, and then I'll catch up with you guys in June. Next month, I get to finally meet Sydney and Juliana. We're all going to Florida together. I'm so excited. Those are my girls, and can't wait to update you guys on that. Also, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I just want to encourage you guys to check on your friends, check on your family, even the ones who seem like they're the happiest people in the world. You truly never know what others are going through. And yeah, I just want to take a moment to say, like, I am so thankful that I am here today. There were moments in my life where I truly thought I was better off dead and not in this world. And I thank God every day for helping me realize how much life there is left to live and how much there is left to see. And I am genuinely so thankful every day that I am alive, because there are so many opportunities that have come to me and people in my life and things that I would have missed out on if I wasn't here. And I just think we should never stop talking about mental health awareness. It is so important. We need to draw attention to it. We need to check in on others. If you feel alone, if you feel like you shouldn't be here, you should. And there's so much left for you in the future. There's so much left for you in this world. I love you. If you have no one to talk to, please reach out to me. But yes, I'm wearing my Proud of You sweatshirt today in today's episode, just to commemorate, is that the right word? Bring awareness to Mental Health Awareness Month. My friend Juliana has this brand called Proud of Your Progress, and she makes mental health awareness merchandise that she sells, and some of the profits go towards that cause. So definitely check her out, check it out. Consider supporting that brand for a good cause. And yeah, I love you guys. You matter. And I will talk to you very soon. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Lakin Olmstead. Follow me on Instagram to keep up with me. I will be on all the other corners of the internet, and I will see you guys very, very soon. I love you. Thank you for all of your support. This isn't goodbye, just goodbye for a little bit, and we'll be back, and we will have so much to talk about. I love you guys so much. This has been a love letter from Lakin. See you soon. Bye.